Welcome back. Today we are discussing how to fix back pain with the hip hinge movement. So as a reminder, the hip hinge is one of those foundational movements that a lot of these other strength training movements are built upon, and it's really important to learn to help build strength without stressing your joints. And what can happen is there's a few small mistakes that can actually contribute to low back pain that if we don't catch early can be a problem later on once we start getting into heavier weights. So we're just going to go over those things in this video. First one is when people initiate that hinge. Remember, the first movement is sending those hips back. But what can happen when people send their hips back is they actually round their pelvis forward. So it's kind of hard to see. I'll try to demonstrate, but when you reach your hips back, I rock my pelvis forward like that and reach back there. And so what that does is it creates too much extension in the low back, and even doing that, I felt a little bit of pressure in my low back. It didn't feel good. Definitely wouldn't feel good if I added a bit more weight. So you want to watch how much pelvic movement you have. A quick way to get rid of that is just to do a brace in the abs before you reach back. So again, slight brace, reach the hips back, and that'll help control that pelvis movement. The other one is too much mid-back extension can cause kind of the same thing. Too much extension puts pressure on your low back. This is really common in people who are more on the flexible side. It's hard for me. I'm not very flexible, as flexible as some people. But what can happen when they're doing that hinge is that their full back kind of extends like that when they reach back. So if you were using a pull along your back, you'd lose that contact of that mid-back when you're hinging back. So you got to watch that spinal movement too. You can correct it the same way. That's why it's always good to have this little brace in your abs here when you reach back. That brace will help control pelvic movement and that spinal movement. Good. The other one is people when you bend forward versus reaching back. So again, remember that hip hinge is reaching the hips back, but sometimes when we're learning, what can happen is we bend forward. So again, this is still a hinge, but my center of gravity is way too far forward. Not too bad when we're doing body weight, but if I were to add any weight to this hinge, it's immediately gonna be pulling on my low back, which is not what we want. And the last one is simply going too low. So we gotta learn and get a really good understanding of when we need to stop that hinge. So again, I'll show you the hinge is here. You wanna stop right when you feel just a little bit of tension in the hamstrings. Now I could go lower, but do you see how that's all spinal movement? Again, not bad when it's body weight, but when you start to add any sort of weight to this movement, it's gonna cause some issues. So really be careful of how low you go. If anything, stop before you think you're going too low. It's better to be on the safe side than go too far and cause more back pain. So there you have it. There are the 4 most common reasons I see people have back pain when they're doing this hip hinge movement. So check those out if you are having any pain with this movement. Let me know how it goes. Again, my name is Dr. Carl Baird. This is Solving Pain with Strength. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you.